Hi there. Welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Eve.
And we're here celebrating another week and of craziness and stitching. And the first thing we have to do is to spin for our winners. Last week we talked about a giveaway to celebrate our 50 subscribers. And so Beth is here with her roulette wheel, and she's going to...
You can't see because of the glare. But I have... so we have three people who are contestants for this for the win. It's Sylvette Weideman, Lazy Linda Crocheter, and Hildy Johnson. So
she's gonna spin.
I'm gonna spin. Okay, let's see. It's spinning. You can't see, but
there it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, it stopped.
There. Sylvette Weideman.
Congratulations,
Yay.
Sylvette. So if you could email us at 3sistercreative.
It's 3sister without the S.
But it's in the description box below.
It's in the link tree.
So email us there, and we will send you the scissor fob and the pattern for the little Easter bunny ornament, which will be pictured right now. So we're going to put that up in our cutaway photograph.
It is.
So congratulations, Sylvette, and thank you for commenting and for being one of our subscribers. So this week, what are we talking about? Shall I go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this week, as you know, I started the Master Hand Knitting program. And the first thing you have to do is make a preliminary swatch. And they say, send your swatch in with all its warts and then show how you've improved. So what you do is you make a swatch with 3 different needle sizes. Let's see if I can get the camera to look at it. It's so bright in here, which is good and also not good. I can't see it. It's because it's white. Anyway, the beginning of it is I did with a size 6 and then a size 7 and a size 8 according to the yarn and everything. So this was my first swatch, and it doesn't look too bad. I'll insert a photo of it. But the problem is that the top edge, which is the bind-off edge, is too tight. And you can see how it curves in right here because this is too tight. So that's very sad. And then when I blocked it, I thought I did a good job, but they really are fussy about the edges not rolling. And so, anyway, so I'm going to make another one. Even though they say send it in bad. Maybe I'll send in 2. But, so that was my first adventure into the Master Hand Knitting program. So, of course, I started another one while I was in Tucson this weekend. I just got back this afternoon. And I started one last night, and already I'm like, oh, no. Because you strive so much for it to be perfect. And that's really not the point of the program, but it's just to improve your knitting and to get better. So that's one thing. That's all I did this week. Plus my hands were hurting a lot. So I didn't do a lot of knitting at all this week. And I'm just working on my sweater. Oh, this little sweater. I have to show you. I got to the point of separating the sleeves. So there's the little sleeve cap on this end, and you put the sleeves on a waste yarn. So I have it tied here. I have this little waste yarn going through the sleeve stitches to keep them live, and then after I finish the body of the sweater, I'll go back and knit the rest of the sleeves. But so here's the little top to my sweater. Look how cute it is. Here's that little swing part I was talking about last week. You can see it better now. It's got gathered right here. So
That child's very lucky to get such a cute sweater.
Well, I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So that's that. Now I'm just back and forth on it. So that's fun. And that's all I'm doing. I've had a very slow knitting week because my hands have been really bad. I have arthritis. They think I have arthritis. Well, in all my little joints, but especially this knuckle right here. Plus, I also have carpal tunnel. So I've been sleeping in these giant braces that keep my hands kind of like this at night. Those have been helping. And I've been going to therapy twice a week for they think it's like neuropathy in my arms which is improved. So I did not do a lot of knitting this week. But, so that's me. Kind of boring, but that's where I am. So, and you? What are you doing? Making a button?
Me, I'm sort of messing up. It's been so long since I've done this that I'm sort of out of
What are you doing?
practice. I'm making covered button needle minders.
Oh,
So
from
I
fabric.
have a whole bunch of little circles that I cut out here. There's this is a whale, and this is a sheep, and this is that I'm trying to do right now is a duck.
It's a penguin.
It's a duck. It's a farm.
I said
animal.
it was a duck.
Oh, it is a duck.
I mean a penguin. She said it was a duck.
No, I see now.
And
I
there's
see now that
there's a bunny.
at first glance it looks like
It was a
penguin.
farm animal.
Yeah.
But it's a
packet of fabrics.
It's a
So-
cat. Anyway, so I cut out a bunch of circles, and I'm trying to get this centered, and I keep not doing it. And give it a
Oh, you have like a little button maker
yeah.
thing? A little button maker.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of those on the Etsy site. I just love them, and I have one that's
so
a
you
flamingo.
put the thing in here, and then you can see if it's centered through it,
Yeah.
like that.
And then
And then you make the button top.
when you do it, it screws up and goes off, gets all crooked.
Yes.
So.
That's the fun part. Well, this is off center. Or
Yeah, it's supposed to
so
be.
how do you
It's-
cut the circles? Would you have a little template?
I have it's somewhere over here. Well, there's another one.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Oh, this little.
Yeah. So this shows you the middle, and then this is the part that you
Oh, I
cut.
see.
You draw, so you
You
draw
put
a
it on
circle
your
around
shirt.
here, and this one,
It's hard because it's clear, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's reflecting now.
yeah.
So I see. So you
So
center
this
the.
is you center the image here, and then you like take a pencil and
Uh-huh.
outline it and cut it out there,
Mm-hmm.
and so then that gives you the circle, and then you stick this in there and give it a double thumb super squeeze, and there's a I use a flat back
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh,
thing.
instead of a button back. Because
Yeah.
they have some with
Yeah,
little
they have some that
shanks.
have the shank back, and
Yeah.
then you have the flat back.
I see.
So on the flat back, I glue the magnet back
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Or so you could also make pins and stuff, huh?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's fun. We'll have fun messing that up.
So, but aside from this, because I decided to do this instead of stitching, so I'm still working on Tribal Owl, and I finished the branch, and I finished the tail,
Very nice.
and I'm working on the face
face now?
the
Wow.
head up here. Haven't done the eyes or the thing because I'm still using this darker thread here.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's cool.
yeah. So this bottom half is finished, and I'll just have the head to finish and the face. And I'm hoping that I'll get it done by by the end of the month. It's only 2 months late. What the heck? Let's stick this in here. And then today I had a bunch of Happy Meal this week.
Happy Mail or Happy Meals?
Happy Mail.
You had a whole bunch of Happy Meals?
I had a whole bunch of Happy Meals this week. But
In the yarn world, we call that squishy mail.
this is the pattern that that I've been on the hunt for, this little Easter
Yeah,
pattern.
we showed it last week. How
Yeah.
cute.
And so I showed it on my phone last week. So
No, but I inserted a picture of that.
yeah. So
Because I know how to insert pictures now.
so I got this in the mail, and this is the fabric that I dyed. I had left it in my bag, but I think it'll work for that picture. I mean, for that pattern. But so yeah, this is the paper where I was writing. I was like going, I think I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna get that, and I want to get this, and I want to.
And did you get it all?
No, these I haven't gotten yet. These
Oh, I
are
see.
on my list.
This is still
Yeah, it's
your
still
wish list.
my wish list. But I did get this, and this one I kept it here because it's big, and I wanted to protect it. And then I got this packet of stuff. So I got these Mill Hill kits. And they're kits, so they have some Mill Hill things are done on perforated paper, but these are done on fabric. So I think it's 16
Wait a minute.
count.
So you get a pattern on perforated paper, so you stitch through it and then pull it off?
No,
Oh.
no, you stitch on the paper.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it
Stays on the paper.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just keep it on the paper. It's paper instead of fabric.
And what do you just frame it like that or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Oh yeah. Mill Hill does a lot of them on perforated paper. But these are on fabric.
So is it like doing a plastic canvas are the holes where you're supposed to stitch?
No, it's just regular 8 cloth like you would.
You mean it's paper, but it's
No.
You just said perforated paper.
The ones that are on perforated paper are like, it's like 14 count. It's like 8. It's like 14 count 8 or whatever. I don't know. And I think I did a Mill Hill kit a long time ago.
So I'm sorry to be so obtuse. It's paper that has holes in it, like 8 o'clock.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, how
Yeah.
weird.
But then these kits.
What's the point of doing that?
It's just a different, because a lot of times you cut out in the shape of the thing or whatever. It's just to like.
And so it wouldn't fray the way fabric would or whatever.
Right. I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. But
That's very
But
weird.
this set are all
You're like, stop talking about something I don't have.
are all on cloth.
Uh-huh.
So this is like it comes with 16 count Aida, the threads and the beads, and it comes with a regular cross stitch needle and a beading needle, and then the design. So these are a Growing Green series. So there's chives and rosemary and basil and oregano.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, so they're all there. And then this is the spring chart. It has a little bunny on it.
Is that the one? Oh, yeah, that's the one I showed a picture of
Yeah.
last week.
And then this
Mini.
one, Lost
That's
and
really
Found.
Cute.
This one is Silvercreek Samplers.
I'm a lost sheep gone astray. Shepherd, find me, this I pray. O shepherd, listen to my prayer and keep me in thy loving care. And this needs to go in my dream box. That needs to go in my sheep theme. At home, I'm starting to have all kinds of sheep themes. And the giant alpaca that my husband bought me. But this will go good with my stuff.
And then there's another Silvercreek Sampler
That's so cute.
thing that I almost got and I didn't get, and I think I probably will get, and it's a lighthouse, and
You can keep the
Yeah.
lighthouse. I want the sheep.
no, this is mine. And then I got this antique.
You can make two? Oh,
You-
that's a kit. No, it's not a kit.
no,
Oh.
it's just a
You
pattern.
can make them. You know how to crochet.
Yeah.
Cross stitch.
And this one is a
I
antique,
taught you two.
I know. So
And-
you want me to get more projects?
antique bunnies and baskets.
Rachel's sitting out there watching us saying, Naomi, don't you start another project until you finish my shawl. And my son is sitting right over there thinking, Mom, don't you start another project till you finish my sweater. So don't tell me to make another thing.
By the way,
Speaking of too many patterns, this is Antique Bunnies and Baskets by Shakespeare's Peddler. Golly, I can't speak. So there's a little bunch of bunnies.
That's so cute.
And then
holy cow.
just after I saw it, so these were, I was
Those are
filming,
so cute.
so I had all this stuff. And then, and I had this, yeah. This is Ink Circles Rabbit for February. And when I got these from 123 Stitch. And,
That's so cute.
and
Oh, it's really little pattern.
yeah. And so, when I was getting these, there's January, February, and March have come out so far. and I wanted all 3 of them. And January and March were sold out. So I put them on my wish list or whatever to my email alert saying, let me know when they're available. And just after I placed this order, like maybe 2 days later, I got an email for the March one, and then later on an email for the January one. So the January one hasn't come yet, but it should come any day now. And so I had all of this stuff when I filmed my update, and then my dad went to go check the mail, and I got the March one.
Let me see.
So they're underneath some coneflowers.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
We'll put a cutout picture of this,
Yeah.
but
Without
it's
the
really
plastic
cute.
on it.
Without the plastic.
Yeah.
You can see the picture.
Yeah.
How cute.
And then
And
I also got from Stasha Bates. She runs a group called One Strand a Night, and I had posted there earlier I think the tribal owl. Back when I started it 1,000 years ago. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it was something else I posted on there. Anyway, but she had she had some kind of but she had like a giveaway or something with for people who posted whatever. So I got this. I totally forgot about it, but I got these charts. Yeah. So this one I knew about. This one she had mentioned that I had won. It's Cards. That's the name of it. And there's it's Cards 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patterns, I guess. So just
Like little-
there's a
Like
yeah,
the
little
dragonflies.
cards.
The dragonflies are
There's
so cute.
dragonflies. There's a Santa here. Looks like some leaves, and there's a one for
It's a pumpkin.
Halloween or
Yeah.
whatever,
Pumpkin with a crow on it.
and butterflies. So there's this, and then also, and I don't know if these were part of that or another thing. I don't know. I had to email.
You don't know what you want.
I had to email Stash and learn, ask her about this. But there's a couple of Stony Creek charts. This one is what do you call it? Stocking. And then this one is a whole bunch of.
Pretty.
There's a.
I
gosh.
started a cross stitch stocking once
So did I.
about 100 years ago.
Yeah. My son was in elementary school.
So
Never
this
finished
one
it.
has a collection of like inspirational what do you call it, patterns. So like Hope Life, it's called Hope Life Love, and so there's just various religious things. There's a stained glass window, crown of glory, wings of eagles, loving heart, etc. So there's several things to choose from in here. So that's really nice.
Let me see that.
Yeah.
Oh, these are like the old books that I had.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's several patterns in there. If you look on the back, it shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a neat idea. A quilt made out of them all.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So yeah. So I got all these in the mail today.
Oh, this reminds me. I think I sent you a picture, Eve. Didn't I? Or both of you? Is it Moda Fabrics? I follow a couple of fabric lines on Instagram, and I think it was Moda. Said they were coming out with these panels that have the verses of hymns on it.
Oh, cool.
I think I sent it to you.
I don't remember seeing
It's coming out in May.
Can
I
you
look it up real
pre-order it?
quick. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't because it's like the actual like. So whenever they show a new line coming out, you have to go and then look and see like at Missouri Star Quilt Company is a place I think might carry them, but I don't know if they would carry those panels because they. But anyway, I don't know where to find them. Maybe I could look on there.
Let me put this in here.
But it's on my Instagram. I'll see if I can because I saved it.
So, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Yeah.
Today I'm working on tomato seeds by Stitching with the Housewives. This
Cute.
I bought this from them and Honey Bunny, but I decided to start with tomato seeds because somebody's turning 18 next month.
Who?
Isn't she turning 18?
18?
17? 20?
Who?
Your daughter?
She's going to be 20.
20? Holy cow. That's right. She's going to be a
18?
senior in
She's a junior in college.
yeah, she's a junior.
She's a year early, but...
Why have I lost so much time? Okay. I don't know. Anyway, her birthday is next month. 20. I knew it was a big birthday. She likes tomatoes.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. I found the post. It's by Moda Fabrics. It's called Songbook by Stephanie Slewinski.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I sent this to you. So it's got like this beautiful debut collection is the panel print. The panels measure 24 by 44, and Stephanie's drawings come in 2 sizes. There is a multicolor panel with large block, blah 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 blah. But so they're like little snippets of hymns, like "This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long," or "Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace." So they're really, I'll do a little screenshot of this and post it. It's so cute. It has nothing to do with, I mean, we like sewing, and so when I saw
she
these,
quilts a lot, so
yeah, and it doesn't come out till May. Look for the songbook panels in May 2021. So, but they're just so beautiful. Of course, I thought, oh, Mom would love those. She would have loved those. So it makes me a little sad, but it's also just beautiful. Look at this one. Says it is well with my soul. Mm-hmm. Even so, it is well with my soul. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Mm. So I'm gonna buy those. I don't know what to make with them. I'll have another project. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you, Eve.
No, that's okay. But I had a finish this week.
What's that?
This is
the bunny with the butt.
Yeah,
the butt bunny.
Bunny
Bunny butt.
It's called Easter Bunny.
You see his big tail.
So and cute. It's by Tiny
Easter.
Modernist. And I didn't use any of the called for threads at all.
It's so cute.
I just picked threads that I wanted to see. For instance, the Happy Easter was supposed to be in black, and I have it in blue. And I used variegated threads instead of solid threads for the bunny's rear end and the flowers. But anyway, that's a finish. And then,
there it is.
Sorry.
Double thumb super sweet.
What is this? What is this?
What is what?
All this interruptions.
Oh, sorry. We're interrupting you.
And then I went a little bit flower happy on this FFO.
Oh, cute. Let me see.
Bursting with flowers.
Well, you gotta make it. Oh, that's adorable. See, there's her little stitching at the bottom. On the front.
It's a little bunny driving a truck with flowers in the back.
It's so cute.
So I made him on a
Zootopia much? That's what that reminds me of.
What?
Reminds me of Zootopia.
Zootopia, yeah.
Those farmer bunnies. So cute.
So,
I love that movie.
Oh, I love it. Especially those songs in it. Oh, yeah.
That's so cute, Eve. My gosh. You need to have a shop.
I do have a shop.
I know. But I mean, like.
But not FFOs.
That's so cute. That's adorable.
So, but I have been doing some classes online. And I spent most of my day today. I've been doing a lot of stuff on the computer and stuff, which is probably why my wrist hurts. But I said, okay, I'm done with doing things that are, I want to do this. I got all the supplies in, mostly kind of, sort of. So I can't finish it until it's completely dry. It has to dry overnight, but it's a flower. It's a peony made out of crepe paper.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
And it's not even fluffed or anything yet, and I have to finish the stem and all that, but put the leaves on.
How'd you make all that? That's so cool. Look at inside there. That is so cool.
Is that the one you put turmeric on?
Turmeric, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peony.
It's a peony. Yeah, well, it's the start of a peony. And I have the stuff for making some poppies. And
so what does it glue together with? Like craft glue or hot glue or?
Tacky glue.
Yeah, craft the Aleene's.
Mm-hmm. That's the best stuff.
And I used up 2 tiny little bottles, so I need to go buy some more. I bought a sample kit because I was like, well, they have this.
Why did you put turmeric in it?
Because she says to
give the
to look like pollen on the little stamen things or whatever those are.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's so cool.
I spent a great deal of time today doing that, and
That is
man,
so
I
neat.
had glue all over me.
That is so cool.
But I had
you need
fun.
to take pictures of this and send them to Hannah. She would really dig
Well,
this.
when I finish it, I will.
She will dig that.
But after I put the thing on and it's completely dry, I can fluff it out more.
That's so cool.
And then I was watching. It just popped up on my feed because YouTube has noticed that I enjoy watching people's first floss tube.
Mm-hmm.
I may or may not want to watch them again, but if I see that it's their first floss tube, I try to watch it anyway. And the floss tube this time was needle and thread. The needle and thread. She has an Etsy shop and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of her before, but anyway, she has a lot of followers and all that. But she had started this pattern, and I saw it and said, "Gotta have it." It's so cute.
Was it
And
an
it was only
ornament?
$2.
It's like a little light
called
bulb?
Whale and a Light Bulb. Oh, I forgot to say this is Easter Delivery by Shannon Christine Designs.
You can see there's a little whale in there.
It's so cute.
It's a very
so cute.
strange concept, but it's very cool.
And it's not a very big pattern,
Yeah.
but the called for threads are the whole sheet of paper. I was like,
Oh yeah,
okay.
because the blue in the
They're
light bulb
blended.
is blended really
a lot
neat.
of them are
You can see
blended.
it goes dark to light. That's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
It's blended two different threads, and so it's just. I mean, look how many threads. Lots of threads. But it's okay because
That's fun.
it's just he's sleeping with a little heart, so he's dreaming of somebody he loves.
Someone who put him in that light bulb. Don't trap whales in light bulbs for real. That's not. We don't recommend that.
No.
Only in cross stitch patterns, not in real life.
I was watching.
What kind of a light bulb would you have that would contain a whale? It would be a very big light bulb. I'm still like freaked out by the whole concept. Can't get over it.
I was watching. I don't know how I came across it. Just
Did I say the name of the designer?
Whale in the light bulb? I thought you did.
Yeah, I thought you did.
No, I said the name of the person who's
the
floss tube.
Oh.
tube. Yeah.
This is by
Maria
Maria
Brofko. Yeah,
Brov.
Yeah, I think I've heard of her.
Cute Patterns by Maria. Instagram
Yeah.
is at Cute Patterns by Maria.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. Sorry, Beth.
No,
now I
I'm just
interrupted
saying-
you for a change.
I was watching. I saw a video about somebody famous. I don't know if it was one. I hate to say one of the Kardashians, because I may be misspeaking. But it's somebody famous like that people have heard of. But her daughter had a bearded dragon as a pet, and there was a picture that she had shown of this dragon, like it was wearing a little coat and had a little jewel stuck to its head and all kinds of things. And
FYI, bearded dragons shouldn't have jewels stuck to their head.
and so this person who has I guess reptiles as pets and things like that. And really I watched several of her videos, and she knows a lot about reptiles in general. But anyway, she was talking about how that various things that were wrong with this picture, and how things should be or whatever. But so then I guess because I watched that video, then
You've
then,
got all kinds of
yeah,
lizard
then-
videos.
Well, yeah, but also I watched several of her videos. Like she had, she paid on Craigslist this couple and rescued an iguana that they had, and they were doing all kinds of stuff wrong with it, and it was almost on the verge of death. But so she it had mites, and it had like dead shed skin stuck to it, and just all kinds of creepy, yucky stuff. And so she was talking about all the things they were doing wrong, they had done wrong, and she had this little iguana, and I guess she had like, a couple of months later she did an update and things like that. So it was a bunch of stuff that I never knew about reptiles, and I really haven't cared to know about reptiles. But it was really interesting,
But she didn't have them in the light bulb.
What?
There was none in a light bulb.
No.
Okay.
But she had to get a light bulb for it. She was talking about how...
And that's the connection to the story.
The couple...
The random stories.
Just random non sequitur stuff.
Well,
The
because
couple-
I was
the
upset
couple
about
that-
the whale being stuck in a light bulb.
Yeah. That they were like... I guess the couple that owned it, they were kind of afraid of it. And then, like, they had it 24 hours a day. They had this light bulb on, and they should have really turned. She was talking about how
Like turn
they
it on and off like
yeah,
nighttime,
in the-
right?
yeah.
In other words, they were torturing it.
They're
and
stressing
so-
it out probably.
Yeah, and so they were doing that, and they were also like feeding it like kale and iceberg lettuce, whatever, and not giving it a
But,
well-rounded.
Probably insects it needs. And stuff.
No, not so much, but just other kinds of greens and vegetables and stuff. But so fortunately,
On Animal Planet, there I used to watch show Rocky Mountain Vet, I think, or something like that. And there was one of the vets in his office sees all the reptiles that come in. There's others where I've watched that have reptiles, but this one is very very good at explaining what an animal needs. Whatever that animal, if he's looking at a bird or he's looking at a reptile. And a lot of times when the people that bring them in, they're bringing them into the vet, they actually care. But he rescues turtles that people have. Sometimes turtles get injured and stuff like that, like on a road or something. He gets those, but some people take animals out of the wild that should never have been taken out of the wild. And then they don't know how to care for them,
Right.
and they're afraid to take them anywhere because they shouldn't have them.
Yeah. Every year, for some reason, I guess it's, I don't know the origin of it now. I think it's rescued. But every so often, the Game and Fish Department has desert tortoises up for adoption. But you have to, it's like this huge thing. You have to have this particular enclosure, and you have to have like a pit dug into the ground where they can kind of go underground and protect the opening, and and feed them XYZ, and they have to have X amount of space to walk around. And every year we're like, well, we could do this part of the garden. We think about it, but it feels like like literally adopting a child. And they live so long that you have to really be committed to it. But yeah, you can adopt a desert tortoise here in Arizona, but you have to, I guess, they come and see your enclosure and all that stuff before you can get them.
Well,
I've always wanted one. But I
any
don't know
pet,
why.
cat, dog, whatever, is a commitment. You've committed
absolutely
to caring for that animal, and
absolutely. But I don't have
but
to
people think
prove an enclosure for my crazy
No.
cats, which they need an enclosure. So I
Catio.
started this fancy swatch that I had to make for my fancy thing, right? And this is not the first iteration. This is the second, because I had done about this much of it, and got up and left, for some reason, stupidly left it on my table in my craft room and left it out. And the wool hunter came and got it. And I came and it was gone. And I was like, and I look, and on the floor by the door is the ball of yarn. Actually, I have it. It was literally about...
Her cats are cute.
It was about this
but they're
much.
naughty.
So it was about this much. So this is my third one that I started. So it was about this much. And I find the ball of yarn by the door. And the yarn goes out the door. And I'm like, no! So I pick it up and I'm starting to like roll it up as I walk. And it goes down the hall, through the living room, through the dining room. And in the dining room, I pick up the end. Bitten. And I'm like, no! So then I keep going, and then there's more yarn, and there's my little swatch on the needles. And he also, right here, bit my cable. And it had like two little barbs like that sticking out. So I cut the barbs off, and my husband gave me some sandpaper, and I tried to, you can still feel it right there where he bit it.
Oh.
I'm like, I have one other cable this size, but I'm like, I don't want to lose this cable. Fortunately, he didn't bite through it, and he didn't. But of course, I had to throw the swatch away. So the wool hunter got it.
So,
but here's what's funny. Okay, that cat. First of all, his brother, Calvin, he doesn't care. I mean, if you put a yarn in front of his face, he'll try to bite it, but he doesn't care. He doesn't get on my table. But I find Hobbs there in my box. So I'm standing on the table looking at my box like, what toy is there for me? And I made this little mushroom bookmark, and he loves that thing. He stole it the other day. And he does what I call the bug dance, where he pounces and he jumps and then he pounces the other way. And it's so cute. But I'm like, that's my mushroom. Give me my mushroom back. But it's so funny because he will do that with any wool item. But on the, like, in my box, I have it open, and on the bottom of the shelf on the right, on the very bottom, are 3 skeins of acrylic yarn. And I saw him the other day. He looked at him like that and just walked away. I'm like, you're a yarn snob. You're a little cat yarn snob. It's so funny.
So Puck, when he was little, one day I had a clock radio that had a remote. And I had it like hanging
with a cord.
Yeah, so it was a corded remote, and I had the remote hanging on from a light on my headboard. So I would just when I was being lazy and I didn't have to get up right away, I just reach up and hit the snooze button on the remote and stay in bed, right? So I was like, one day I was hitting that snooze button, and it's like, it wasn't working. I thought, I guess it's old and, it's getting, whatever. And then I went to look at it, and the cord ended, and Puck had bitten through it. And
didn't tell you.
It didn't tell me.
So a long time ago, I was living with my mom, and my mom had a dog named Joy. And I got a kitten. And that dog and kitten, they loved each other. And they would play together. And one day my mom and I came in, and there was toilet paper. So that house had a central area, and the rooms went all around that central area. It was wrapped around us, and it was coming out of the main bathroom. And I went, what did you guys do? And Joy kind of peeked out of the bathroom. Like,
It wasn't me, it was the cat.
He gave it to me. Kind of thing. And the cat is just looking like, I didn't do anything, And I know that what happened is that Joy went, because the cat would rarely just go in there by himself. that Joy went in there and got the toilet paper, or the cat went in there and got the toilet paper, and both of them had fun running around the house with it.
Don't you wish you had a camera up for that?
That dog and that cat, when the cat was little, they were running around playing. Every time I picked up the cat was wet from the dog's slobber, because sometimes she would pick it up and carry it around. Anyway, one time they'd been playing, and I think the cat's limping. And the dog had broken like a green stick fracture, not a bad fracture, broken the cat's leg.
Oh my gosh.
And
just from playing.
Just from playing. Aggressive. They weren't being mean. It was just,
roughhousing.
Yeah. And the cat and the dog would sleep all cuddled together. Yeah. I have a picture of them all cuddled together.
Yeah, that's the best. My cats, we have a very old little dog, old big dog. She's a retired service dog, and the kittens have just, they love, and she really loves them. She doesn't, they're not that close, because she used to be afraid of our old cats, and so she's still a little bit freaked out by them, but she's really interested in them. And like when they had their surgery, she was real concerned about them and everything. And so she doesn't cuddle them like that, but she is very interested in what they're doing all the time.
Sometimes they come and lay down with her.
They come lay down with her, but if they get too close, too cuddly, she's like, okay, guys, come on. But the other day, she was on the floor, and Hobbs was walking around, and he went and he laid down right where her tail was, and the tail kept slapping him in the face, and he's just laying there kind of grabbing it, and like so I would say things to the dog to make her wag the tail more, and he just like, because he literally like purposefully went to get slapped in the face.
So Tomalak, when he was small enough to be able to do it, that was the name of the cat that I was talking about. He the dog had long hair, and including on the tail. And the cat would just wait for the dog to come by and then just grab the hair on the tail and get a ride.
I saw a video the other day of these two dogs, and the dog in front was like wagging his tail, and this other dog was standing behind it getting slapped in the face with a wagging tail.
Oh, and the cat that we have now, my son's cat, when the cat was young, we would come home from places. My son used to say, "You are the devil." But one day I came home, and it looked like a crime scene in the living room, because there was a stuffed animal there. And fortunately, it wasn't the innards of the stuffed animal, but there was stuff everywhere, little pieces of toilet paper everywhere. And it just looked like somebody had come to...
There was a struggle.
Killed the teddy bear, and its little blood was everywhere. Fortunately, it was toilet paper and not real teddy bear innards. But I was like, somebody killed the bear, and I was so happy that it was just toilet paper
and not the stuffing. Yeah.
And not the stuffing, because that was the bear you gave him.
Oh,
yeah. Build-A-Bear bear.
Yeah. Well, at least with a Build-A-Bear bear, you can go back to Build-A-Bear and get it stuffed again.
Puck, one time when he was, before I got snug, Puck was home for, when I came home for Thanksgiving. And so typically what would happen is one of my friends from church, her son would go and check on Puck and make sure he was fed and whatever. And then, but I was coming home on like Sunday night. And so, excuse me while I tried to do it. Can't. So I came home like at, I don't know what, it was 10 o'clock or something, I think, on Sunday night. And I came to say hi to Puck, and there he is, little styrofoam beads in his eyes, and there's like a pile of those little styrofoam beads on the floor, and I had a little, it was an elephant, and it was like made out of that Oh, they were very popular for just like a little while. It was made out of like, I don't know what the material was. But anyway, they were stuffed with these little styrofoam microbeads.
Oh no.
And he had killed the elephant, and there was styrofoam all over the floor and all over the back of the couch and all over in his face and stuck to him because, those things are
So
staticky.
Yeah.
And so here I was at 10 o'clock at night because I couldn't leave the mess.
Yeah.
So here I was vacuuming everything up and trying to make sure Puck, the styrofoam didn't get in his eyes and everything. Ugh. It was a mess. So I couldn't I was tired and wanted to go to bed, and no, here I am.
I have one of those.
Vacuuming the
It looks like an alien
thing.
on my bed.
Yeah.
And every day I make sure it is nowhere near my dog. But I use it because it forms to my neck exactly, and I can not have. I have issues with my neck, and I'm like, if the dog ever bites through that, there's going to be no more dog. Because she will get it all over her and eat probably some of it because she eats everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all constantly pick that up.
Before the dog eats it.
Before the dog gets it. She eats napkins, she eats cloth, socks.
Eat whatever you find and ask questions later. Right?
Although lately
I don't know about
she's
that.
been leaving that kind of stuff alone a little bit more, which is great. I don't mean entirely, but I mean a little bit more.
How old is she now?
7, I think. Robert was a sophomore in college. I mean, in high school.
Not college.
He should be.
Yeah.
A little further on than that right now, but yeah. I think because we got her about 6 months after
Omega died.
Amiga died, yeah. So Amiga died in April, I think, of his freshman year, but it might have been his sophomore year. I think we argue about that all the time. The only way I know how old the dog is because I look at Facebook and it says from 6 years ago, something like that. But she still acts like a puppy in many respects. Yeah. And lately she gets mad because we eat dinner so late. She's like, I'm hungry. Feed me.
That's like I said, Snug before was singing me the song of his people.
Of his people.
Yeah, I was out here doing whatever, and he was like, wow, 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 like he's never eaten before in his life. The old.
You're like, you have fat stores. Just wait a minute.
Yeah, you're not gonna starve.
This is a big cat. The cat wasn't big. Beth was in the hospital for a while.
5 weeks.
And he ate his feelings, we think.
Yeah, because I would go, not every day, but like at least every other day, but sometimes, more often, to check on the cats and pet them and play with them and stuff. But, they didn't have...
They were pretty much all by themselves.
Yeah.
They didn't have the benefit of Beth knowing she wasn't going to be there. So she hadn't done all the stuff that she would normally do.
Yeah, because I was, we went to breakfast in the morning, and then I just never came home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were it was a relatively new apartment for them.
Yeah.
We'd only been in the apartment like 8 months.
Yeah.
And so I would take care of the cats, and they actually got where they would, okay.
But they were alone so much.
Mm-hmm. But I couldn't be there all the time. I was working full time, and the hospital was so far from her apartment. So if I went,
I was over there the whole time.
Yeah. So if I went to her apartment, I wasn't going to be going because I still had to go home and take care of other things.
Yeah.
And it was rough on the cats. That I think that time with the cats just scarred him, so he eats.
Yeah.
He's like, I better eat. She might never come back.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
Pup don't care.
I have a picture. I have a picture of him that I took for her to have in her hospital room shortly after she went into the hospital. And he's so skinny in that picture compared to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was hard. It was hard for everybody, but I think it was really super hard on your cats.
Yeah. Not on Puck.
It wasn't hard on you.
Puck
You were
didn't
just
care.
asleep most of the time.
Yeah. I'm starting my Swatch again. Let's see. I'm so tired I can't think straight. This morning I was in a Nerf war.
I
in
think
Tucson.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna reject this one. I think I'm gonna reject this one because the
Oh, it's got
the fabric got caught in
got
there.
splinched.
Got splinched and I can't undo it.
Oh, you can make that for me. No, Naomi doesn't have a needle minder. You can make it for her.
I have a needle minder. I made my own.
One of ours, silly.
Thought you could give me damaged product.
Why would we give you anything else?
That's true. And the last child, that's what you get. You get damaged product
get
all the
leftovers.
time. Leftovers.
Yeah.
Try that one.
We didn't have any funny stories except for maybe your Nerf war.
Oh, I just FYI.
Oh, you get your
Got my-
vaccine?
Yeah,
First
but
vaccine.
the doctor doesn't know how to read, so her Band-Aid's upside down.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, you got it at M.
Yeah.
We likened trying to get an appointment for a
Vaccine.
vaccine shot. We likened it to on the Big Bang Theory when they tried to get tickets to Comic-Con, because as you were trying to get the second appointment for the first one you chose, it was gone by the time, or
the first one was gone. Yeah.
yeah. So you were like, oh,
Oh my
and
gosh. I need to do that.
we were just.
Does your arm hurt?
No, not really.
We were just
There's a
constantly
little,
on the-
you know, sore spot like you would get with any
When
shot.
did you get it?
but
Today?
This
Yeah.
morning. Yeah.
She found it last night and got it this morning, and
Oh,
I
wow.
get mine tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Sweet.
As a matter of fact,
They're probably all gone now.
it was really fast. When I got to the store, the longest I waited was like, waiting in line. Just like I had to wait a few minutes till it was my turn because they were getting a prescription for another
Yeah,
lady
it's
or
like
whatever.
normal
Yeah.
pharmacy stuff, not like a big long line.
And then
Yeah.
when I got up to the counter, it kind of took they had to get all of my information, blah blah blah. But so the girl was doing that, and then she said, "Okay, just go have a seat, and they'll call you back." So I looked over there where the seating was, and I was like trying to decide where I was going to sit because there were a few people waiting, and before I could even sit down, the lady
They
came
called
around
you.
the corner and called me. So I was
that's
like,
nice.
okay. And actually, what was funny is that like when I first walked up to sign up to check in, they called somebody named Elizabeth. I was like, oh wait. And so when they called my name again, after I checked in, I was like, Elizabeth Martinez, right? Because actually, the other day, I went to get some labs done, and I was sitting there waiting, and they came to this door and they called Elizabeth, and I was like, oh, is that me? So I got up and I was getting my stuff, and this old lady that was sitting next to the door, she went back. I was like, oh, I guess they were calling her. And there was a girl that I was sitting next to. She goes, your name is Elizabeth, isn't it? And I was like, yeah. So I said, I thought, well, I guess they were calling her. So then a few minutes later, there were like two doors. So this lady, had been sitting by this door and went in. So I thought, oh, I guess that's her. And a few minutes later, at the other door, the same woman that had been over there, called me again, and
Called Elizabeth again.
and they said,
What What happened? Anyway, what did they say?
But so she's like, Elizabeth Martinez, right? And she was checking my birthday and everything. Because she goes, yeah, that was the wrong lady. but she was old, and I didn't want to make her walk again because she had she was walking with a cane. I didn't want to make her walk back again. So
they just found her paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta check those things.
Well, that's what when I was in Little Rock, I used to go to a hematologist. And because I had an anemia problem, and one time I went and the doctor's like, oh yeah, your numbers look really good, and blah 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 blah, and he was and I was like, oh okay, so he was looking at all the stuff, and then he realized this isn't your paperwork.
Oh my god!
It's just like he got so mad at the nurse, and it's like
at the podiatrist, I. You go in there and they're like, are you still taking this? Are you still taking that? Your current medications or whatever. And, they ask, if everything's, the same. And she was asking me, are you still taking this? And I'm like, I've never taken that. And she goes, well, how about such and such? And I'm like, no. Are you sure that's me? And sure enough, she had pulled up the wrong record.
Oh my gosh.
So dangerous.
I have a very unusual name. Eve is my nickname. I have a very, very unusual name and a very unusual last name. And that almost never happens to me.
Mine is as common as dirt.
I was at the hospital, and I had gone in for what I felt was asthma. I was having pain right here when I would breathe. But because you say that you have pain anywhere in your chest, they slap you back and they do all the hard stuff. This was a long time ago. And they did all this checking and they did that CT scan where they look for calcification like in your arteries, in your heart. So it's kind of like an angiogram, but it's a CT angiogram. So they look for calcifications and you get a number from 0 to whatever. And they came in and told me, your number's like in the 300s. And I'm like, are you serious? And I knew what it was because my husband had just had his done, and his number was very low, and he still had 3 blockages, and he had to have stents put in. So I was like, 300? Like, what? And they're like, we recommend, an angiogram, to go in there and look, and an actual procedure where they, And I was like, oh my God. And everything. And then they did the angiogram. And then they told, they did the angiogram and didn't find anything. So everything was fine. But they went in through my wrist and it really killed. Anyway, so then I go to follow up my doctor, and she pulls up my records, and she's like, your number is 0. They had come into my ER room and read me the wrong report.
Oh my God.
Given me the wrong numbers. And I had an angiogram for no reason.
Good thing they weren't doing amputations.
And guess what? Yeah, really. And I got no bill for that visit.
Yeah.
They didn't bill me. I didn't sue them, but they didn't bill me.
So I used to say that when I was in the hospital.
And the doctor goes, "Did you ever get your asthma med?" My other doctor later. And I'm like, nope. I went home with the same pain I left with. I got there with.
So I used to say all the time when I was in the hospital with my brain surgery, it's a good thing I'm not dying.
He's waiting so long. I know, it's terrible. Oh, so I don't have a funny story. Well, I did go for a Nerf war this morning down to Tucson. My son's school program that's closing. He had been amassing Nerf guns for anticipation of going back, and then found out that they were closing because he just wanted to play with his friends. But so anyway, they made a whole rec trip out of it, and so we went down there, and that was a lot of fun. And but that was fun. But I do have a heartwarming story that I haven't told you guys. So my heart doctor is the same doctor that my mom had, and when my mom passed away, I really struggled with a lot of decisions we made for her and stuff like that. And at my last visit for my health with him, we talked about all my stuff, and I was real upset because I really wanted to talk to him and ask him, kind of all these questions that were been in my mind this whole time. And so at the end of our visit, he said, "Do you have any questions?" And I started bawling, and I said, "I have a million questions." And so we talked a lot about, did I make the right decisions for my mom? And he was so kind, and we were there probably an hour, and he just sat down, and I could tell he was upset, and we just talked, and he totally assured me, that we had done everything we could, and that everything that we did was right, and that, we were able to bring her home and everything. So that was, he said that was great. And so it was just really, really, such a gift, So a little while ago, a few days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I wrote him a letter, and I thanked him for that visit. I said, "You're the doctor of my physical heart, but at that appointment, you helped my real heart," and how grateful we were to him and everything. And I sent it, and I sent it to the office, and I put personal on there, but I sent it. Anyway, so then when you guys were telling me I needed to get my vaccine, one of the things he had said was, because the recommendation was to wait 3 months after, that's why we're just now getting them. But they said, to wait 3 months until, if you had the virus, you wait 3 months and get the vaccine. And that was the recommendation we were given. So, but he told me, when it's time for you to get it, call me, and I'll, to make sure that that's still the thought and all that stuff. He just wanted me to check in with him. So I called his office Friday. No. Was it Friday? Yeah. Friday morning. And I said, everything's opened up for my age group now. And he told me to check with him. And she says, "Okay, well, he's at the hospital right now, but I'll check in with him and one of us will call you back." So I'm like, okay. So then my phone rings a little while later, and I look at it, and it's not the office, and I don't recognize the number. But I answered it, and it was him calling me personally. And he said, "First of all, I want to thank you for that letter." He said, I have a very hard job, and sometimes I think, did I go into the right profession? Maybe I should have been a computer programmer. He goes, because, I'm sure he has lost, well, he has told me. He told me that day that he's lost many, many patients. And he goes, when you're doing a job like this, it's really, really hard. He goes, but then you get a letter like your letter, and it really, really makes a difference. So it made me feel so good that I
he helped you and you helped him.
Yeah. So that was really a neat thing that happened to me this week, that, we forget that doctors are human beings. And I remember thinking, because one of the doctors from the hospital called us, and he was kind of, that week that my mom was, so sick, and he really basically told me, this is not gonna, get better. And he was kind of gruff, and I remember being angry at him, but then I thought, he has to tell this to people all day, every day.
Ew.
What? Ew, what is that?
What happened?
These were stuck
Don't
together.
touch it. It was this, 2 pieces of metal were stuck together, and there's some kind of weird grain. Here, I'm going to take a picture of it. That's gross. It looks really nasty. What is that?
I don't know. Hope it's
Looks
not.
like
it.
sand.
It looks like sand, but I don't know.
Get a card and pick it up with a card.
Oh. Well, we'll pick that up. We'll pick that up when we're done with our video. Don't touch it. Anyway.
Don't touch it, it's evil.
But, we forget doctors are people. And I think it's important to remember, because it's so easy to be angry at them when,
They don't tell you what you want to hear.
Well, one of my
Or
favorite
any of
doctors,
this.
the one that knew what was wrong when I was having that drug reaction that was making my skin peeled off all over. So it was an allergic reaction. He was my favorite doctor, and was always kind, and for me, always knew what to do and everything. And he killed somebody on the way to work, not on purpose. It was a traffic accident.
Oh my gosh.
and he was so vilified in the press. And I was like, he's a human being. You know, traffic accidents happen.
Yeah.
But somebody was saying that he, you know, he was speeding or I don't know what. And I don't think he ever went back to work.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of Eli's doctors had like collapsed my son had brain surgery when he was little, and his neurologist was very dear to us, and like he was like our lifeline all the time, and I heard one day that he had collapsed at the hospital, and we're like, you're not allowed to be sick, you're our doctor, like you have to be there, you know. And it really started to make me think, like, yeah, they're just people. They're just people, and it's so easy to forget. But anyway, so I thought that was really nice that we were able to sort of help each other that way, and
That's cool.
make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we better end today because we've been talking a bit. But it's been good to be back, and we will
Tell your friends.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and please leave us some comments. We like hearing from you guys.
For our winner, Sylvette,
Yes.
don't forget to
Email
let
us.
us know, and that you your address so we can send you the scissor fob and all that. So.
Yeah, our email address will be below, and also you'll find our link tree with all of our other, like our Etsy shop and all of our other links. Thanks so much for being with us.
And those scissors are on the Etsy shop.
scissor fobs.
That one scissor fob that Sylvette won. If you won it and didn't win it, you can go purchase it there. The other one that I made, and also the pattern will be up there soon.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, and we see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
My hair.
All right, Eve, we're recording.